Hi, Michael. This is Jim Gillis with Win My Vote, and thanks so much for linking in and taking my call. So this is Win My Vote, and it's a free voter engagement site where voters are free and groups and organizations and parties are free. And it's really designed as a network for voters, for groups, as well as for candidates. So what you're looking at here is my ballot, and as a voter, I have a couple of ballots. So I can click on my ballots, and you'll see here we just did the National Student Parent Mock Election. So I have that one, and it looks the same with the same candidates. It just doesn't go down as far. The National Student Parent Mock Election wanted to do just a couple of main races. And that one, we had probably over 110,000 active online voters. And I can send you the results after this. You'll like them. Anyway, so here, on my ballot here for California, I'm in San Francisco, California. So I see this, and then I can go down, to the state races, and then into the congressional districts and state senate, state assembly districts, down into the counties, as well as, board of supervisors, city council, all the way down to school board races. And the way that this scales nationally is that the candidates build the profiles themselves, the same way they would build a LinkedIn profile, or a Facebook page or a Twitter account or an online dating account. They build their account, they find their race, they enter their race, and then we limit it to 7, across here, and moving forward we'll have a little arrow here, so that if 10 or 15 or 20 people want to run for school board or run for mayor, they can. And then it's based on the number of favorites on how they rank. So she's obviously leading with 40% of the favorites, and this is what a favorite is. You just click on it, and that's sort of like you're locked in. I'm going to vote for this person, that kind of thing. I'll take you back up here. And sorry about the delay. This is just the tablet, and the video capture software is slowing everything down. But the candidate profiles look like this. You can have a YouTube embedded there, the Twitter feed here. Here are the endorsements. And then you can also see some issue statements here that the candidate builds. And this is kind of a demo ballot. You can see I'm in edit mode. But that's how easy it is to edit. You just click there. You put your title in here that you want. You choose your video, your image that you want to display. You click save. And then as a voter, I would click on this and I can watch the video.
In 2004, my son was stationed in Iraq. He saw a suicide bomber approaching.
I hate to cut that one short, but I don't want this thing to go on too long. But you can, again, click on these videos and...
Hillary's teen crush was Fabian, the singer and heartthrob of the 50s and 60s. Law school, she first came to Washington, D.C. to work on U.S. Senator Walter Mondale.
So you can see you can quickly, get a lot of information about a candidate. And this, goes for all of the candidates, and it also goes for all of the down ballot candidates. So you can learn a lot about people running for state senate and for school board and for city council real quickly. You can also see propositions and measures. So here in California we have 17 propositions, and then in San Francisco we have 26 measures. So it becomes unruly, and the ballots are getting that big year after year. They seem to be getting bigger. But with this, we start posting these percentages of how this proposition is doing at about 1,000. We didn't want the first week or so to have a skewed result. So you can see that when you click on this proposition, you can get a summary of the proposition, and you can read more. You can also see a little 1-minute sort of explainer video.
Prop 55 in 1 minute, taxes for education. 4 years ago, a tax on the wealthy was passed to help fund.
And then you can also see the groups and organizations that are supporting or opposing this proposition. So for example, that's not a good one. They didn't do a video, but for example, this is a local...
Prop 55 protects public education,
San Mateo County Democrat,
and vital services like children's health care. This proposition would not raise taxes on anyone and it would temporarily maintain the current tax rates on the wealthiest Californians. Unless it passes, billions of dollars in funding.
So this is where you would come in. You guys would form a group. You would have endorsements on candidates as well as propositions and local measures. You can reach out to your membership, tell them to sign up. It's totally free. They get a free account, and then they can either run for office if they want, or they can support candidates, and then they can also, fill out their ballot come time, for election. And then the way the endorsements look on the candidate, are the same way. Is that you see over here the groups and organizations that are endorsing the candidate, and you can click on that. And
Hillary Clinton
takes the time to listen to your issues, and all the issues I've ever spoken with her about.
And this feature is called Trusted Sources. And the way that Trusted Sources work is that as the groups and organizations get, more and more populated on the site. And again, the site's super fast. This is just my tablet and the video capture software. Sorry. As the groups, become, much bigger, it would get unruly. So what you have here is that you have. Sorry about that. I got a call, but those are usually good because it sort of refocuses me. So anyway, these are the groups and organizations that people build, and Trusted Sources. As a voter, I go through and I select the groups and organizations that I like as trusted sources. So maybe the American Cancer Society, I would click on them, and they would become a trusted source of mine. And let me see here. I'll do it in alphabetical order. So you would now see them as part of my trusted sources here. So when they made recommendations and endorsements, and they had position statements on propositions or measures, I would see those all, on my ballot, right next to either the candidate or the proposition. But that's about it. And the way that you, again, fill this thing out is that you can click on the candidate. They'll move to first spot. You can see that in green, and then you can see this move here. So there's lots of back-end data that could be really useful for you guys when you reach out to all of your members, tell them to, get onto their ballots and support this candidate in this area on this ballot or this measure or whatever it may be. You can really then track how many people signed up, how many people have favorited that. And then when it comes to the actual vote, you can print out your ballot. You can find your polling place. So I click here, and then they'll say this thing will pop up as far as my polling place is right down the street, and here are the hours, and that's great. I can just walk down there and pull out my cell phone and see that see my votes here. And again, sorry about the delay. The site is super fast. This is just, my device and the screen capture stuff. Anyway, hope that helps. Would love to talk with you. I don't think it's too late for this election. If you guys have some strategies in mind as far as organizing, membership, as well as other, targeted members at different colleges and that type of thing. I think especially through California, I'm sure the rest of the country is that way, but especially in California, we're looking at such a daunting, task this weekend to go through all of the propositions and all the local measures and all the candidates and all that. Anyway, thanks a lot, and we'd love to talk to you as soon as you're able. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.